So this is Geraldine. In my head, she's like an older lady at work who is the backbone of the company and is really supportive, but is like counting down the days until she can retire. Then there's Yara, who survived me keeping her in a dark yard with minimal light for a year, which I feel very bad about, but I think she's recovered a bit. Next is Scott, who I see as a man of few words. He's always been really healthy. I kind of see him as the sort of person who believes that stress is a myth. Georgia is Geraldine's teenage daughter who is a free spirit and is obsessed with crystals, astrology and tarot readings. Toby is Scott's son, aka his clone. He has big youngest sibling energy and he lives next to Yara, who I feel would pretend to be annoyed by his antics but kind of secretly likes having him around. This is Gemma. She is another child of Geraldine's and I kind of see her as the middle child who loves musicals and is always singing to herself in the car. Sarah is Scott's first clone and Toby's older sister. She's definitely the responsible eldest daughter type. She doesn't want or need any help. She likes reading and probably has a stationery collection. And the last plant in the living room is Jasper. He's kind of like a retired professor in my head. He's the type that will keep really quiet unless you've said something monumentally stupid, which then he will correct you with a 15-minute monologue. He's always stretching towards the sunlit windows in very awkward and contorted ways. In the hallway, we have Joan, who doesn't take any nonsense and likes to watch everything that goes on outside and report about it to all the other plants. Daniel has consistently, successfully grown in areas that should be too dark for him, but he grows on anyways, which I really admire, and he just kind of keeps calm and carries on with life. Vinny is like the schemer of the dining room. He's really dramatic and nosy and always inserting himself into other plants' business. He definitely thinks he's the main character and he's always talking about starting a podcast. Edith is a gentle soul who is quiet and anxious. She drops her leaves at the first sign of stress, which is probably not helped by living next door to Vinny. To the right of Edith is Maud. She's no damsel in distress. She's prickly and she has a react first, sort it out later kind of mentality. She's a very protective friend and likes to listen to true crime podcasts just to keep her on her toes. And last but not least in the dining room is Barbara. To my shame, I thought she was a fake plastic plant for like a year. Luckily, she survived and actually seems to thrive on minimal attention and being in quiet corners. She definitely seems to be the type to be really smug about not needing anything. Darius is thriving in solitude, living beside the guitars. He won't say much during the day, but if you get a few beers into him and hand him a guitar, he's suddenly turning out country covers to whoever will listen. Angela doesn't have the best roots, which is maybe why she's physically and spiritually unstable, but she's got a sense of humour about it. She leans very dramatically to one side and can't really stand upright without literal or emotional support. Elias has an avoidant attachment style. The more I care and water him, the more he crumbles. He quietly creeps into everyone's business, listens from the shadows, and probably knows things that he shouldn't. Jasmine is one of the smallest plants in the family, but she has a big personality. She's very proud of surviving the journey from cutting to sprout. I'm probably a little bit over the top with watering her, given her tiny little house, but she is determined to keep growing and doesn't seem to mind. In the bathroom, we have the lovely Serena. She sits perched above the bathroom in her own little misty kingdom. She is literally above it all, and she is the kind of plant who won't tolerate drama and enjoys quiet reading. Bruce the banana plant is a little all over the place. He doesn't always know which way he's growing. He enjoys company and continually pops up new little sprouts. He's been so enthusiastic about this, in fact I've had to repot him from when I shot this video. I think of these ladies as the fates of the bathroom. They are the managers of the sacred timeline of how long you've spent in there. Their destiny is to be moved into bigger pots next spring. With her red-tinged leaves, Roisin looks like she's been working on her tan all summer. She takes pride in her appearance and is always a little overdressed for the occasion, but she loves that. But don't underestimate her just because she looks good. She survived the propagation process and is as tough as nails. As a tortured artist type, Gabriel is sensitive to the world and is always writing sad poems and painting sunsets. Ethan is tall, athletic, and incredibly patient with the criminally small pot he's being forced to live in at the moment. He's a popular team player that has been around for ages and my multiple house moves. And last but certainly not least is Percy. Percy is my little sidekick in the kitchen. He insists on just the right amount of water, perfect sun levels, and he will tell me if I've got it wrong by going slightly yellow. Despite his complaints, he's always bright and useful, and his precision makes him a very good baker.